my face.
Yeah, that too.
So just basically share whatever you share on your
Yeah, so
page.
you can do YouTube or Facebook. So it should be on my Tattoo Baby page.
Okay. The link is on the Tattoo Baby.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh,
It says
there
I'm
we go.
live
I
right
see
now.
myself at the same time.
Will you share it out?
Yep.
I have the hiccups. Sorry. Okay. So I shared it out on mine, but my phone's probably gonna die. So
I just shared it on our page.
I'm looking for it.
Oh, I could share it on my personal one too. Might as well spread the reach.
yeah.
Oh, every time I click on the link, it takes me to Honey Trap, but like it flips my profile.
Mine does that too.
Oh, he's down there trying to like.
Oh my god. Are you for real?
That's what that little clicking noise was. Ian was trying to get through the gate while he was down there a minute ago.
All right. Well, hopefully everything's all right. Since
There I am.
okay. Anyways, okay. So Tony says, "Oh my god, you guys are a band." Yes, they are.
I hope so.
Yes,
We try. We really do our best.
Yeah, we were just sharing everything out. I'm sorry, we're a little slow.
Well, I shared mine.
Okay.
I shared mine on Facebook. Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have millions of people watching this.
Well, we're at 4 right now. We're off to a good start.
Yes.
The name is Honey Trap.
Yes.
So I can write it here in the comments, and I can maybe even put their Spotify down. Actually, I'll put their link tree down.
Yeah, check out our link tree.
I did.
Anything you need to find is on our link tree.
Mm-hmm. Which is also scrolling at the bottom. So, okay. So for people that are watching, I'm Tattoo Baby.
I'm Charms.
And I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
I am Jessica Rendon. I jumped to third.
Go ahead. Go first.
I'm Jessica Rendon of Honey Trap. Singer.
Go ahead.
I'm the guitarist. Just the guitarist. Also the only guitarist in the band.
I'm Cody. I'm the drummer. The guy that sits in the back.
And we have one more that couldn't make it because he has a really crappy job that just sucks his life away.
Yeah.
But he's quitting soon. And
yay.
He'll be a full-time musician and broke.
That's where the money is.
Yes.
All right. So you guys are Honey Trap, for those that don't know. And my link thing didn't work in the comments, so I'm sorry, Tony. And that's good to know that you make music. How did you guys start? How did your whole journey begin?
I actually started with our former drummer, Tracy. We were going to do an all-girls band, which I love women, but I'm glad that we did it because it would have been rough. It would have been really rough. But it didn't work out. We couldn't find any women that fit our stuff. And then we were on Craigslist searching, and we found Angel first, actually. And he clicked right away. Growing up, he always was really, really into female bands. Like he said that when he was in high school, that he and his friends would spend hours listening to female-fronted bands, and if they found a cool one, they would share it with the other one, which is really, really awesome to hear of guys doing that. And so we found Angel, and then we found Vasilios on Craigslist, and he was in Colorado, and he moved to New York to be in Honey Trap.
Yep. As soon as I heard the band and heard Jess's vocals, I'm like, oh my God, this is phenomenal. I have to travel across state lines and join this band.
And it was weird. We actually said the same thing to our significant others. I said to my guy, I was like, he plays guitar like I sing. Like if I play guitar, I feel like I would play like guitar like he plays the guitar. And then he said to his girlfriend at the time, she sings like I play the guitar. So it was so weird that we clicked like that. And
I got in trouble.
And then we
she wasn't too happy about that comment.
Yeah.
Thus why she's not around. One of the many reasons.
She was a little but it worked out.
Hey,
we get to
watching. Don't say that.
The band.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, Cody, we hooked up with recently. How did we find you, Cody? Through Not through Craigslist.
I was just, I was like out in the countryside. I just kind of walked out of the woods, and you're like, you look like a drummer. I was like, you're right. No, yeah, it was Craigslist.
It was Craigslist also.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, everybody's on Craigslist.
I think
so
it's
wild.
like I think I joined. I think it's just been a year. I feel like it was around this time, or like right after the new year, that I joined the band.
Yeah.
And
so we've done a lot in a year with Cody.
Yeah, it feels
like
a lot longer, but yeah, I think it maybe just past a year, if anything.
Cool. And this is the first Saints and Sinners. Our new release is the first song that we wrote with Cody, actually, and it was it hit home. Yeah, it was magic.
Well, it was an acoustic song, right? That you and V wrote first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Originally, I came up with the song during the pandemic, the early stages of the lockdown era, where things were just crazy, and I think at the time we lost our drummer at the time, not the COVID. He just went to school.
Clarify.
So we didn't know. So we didn't know what was going on. I wasn't able to work at the time. The band couldn't get together to rehearse. All our shows got canceled.
Oh, nice.
So it was a pretty crazy time. I really thought I didn't know if the band was going to last, and also kind of felt like the world was coming to an end, and, picked up my guitar and just came up with that beginning riff to Saints and Sinners, and brought it to the rest of the band when we finally were able to get together, when the government allowed us to get together.
Right.
And
I don't think we were actually technically allowed to. I think we snuck it in. Because it was just at your house anyway. So we're like,
yeah.
So rock and roll of you.
Tony says he found y'all on Spotify and song
Awesome.
Cherry Bomb. He likes the song Cherry Bomb.
Yep.
Awesome.
And female vocals rule.
Thank you, Tony. Nice.
Yes, honestly though, that's kind of what brought me into having a female vocalist, which you are very unique. I will say that. When
thanks.
I heard you guys, I thought it was pretty badass. Absolutely.
Oh, very cool.
I don't.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So that's how you guys met, and then you were talking about Sinner and Saints, which I can't.
Saints and Sinners.
Saints and Sinners, yes.
Yep.
Spotify.
If you're at Honey Trap Saints and Sinners, it should come up.
Yep, it did, and I wanted to be able to share. I wanted to be able to share it, but I don't think I'll be able to. I haven't figured all that out yet. But
or the music
the
video.
super neat.
We could share the music video. Are you able to share the music video? That'd be kind of cool.
See, I want to, but I'm scared to. I don't know if they'll pay me for it. Should I try it anyways?
Just do it.
Go for it.
All right.
Yeah,
You can try it.
algorithm DMC bot. I don't know.
Let me see. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's YouTube, I guess. All right.
Would it be like maybe be like a screen share?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to try.
Good old technology.
I would be lost right now.
I was telling her before we went live that our singer is a little technologically impaired.
I'm not that bad.
Okay.
Well, she just has really bad luck with technology.
I'm just the green witch. I'm an outside girl. I didn't watch television until I was like 21 years old. Okay. I was just outside playing in the woods the whole
Some
time.
screens let you share audio.
Like Cody.
Yeah.
Like wandered out of the woods with 2 sticks.
Look what I found.
Anything electronic she touches, it just kind of like breaks and falls.
That's because I have mute electronic.
Is it us?
Oh, there it is.
Like,
I see it.
Okay.
Look at that.
So we're going to try it. So for those that are watching, you get to see the video live. Is
Tony,
it
let us
playing?
know what you think.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I can't see this right now.
It was very hot that day that we shot this, but in the church.
Visualized.
Chicken, but still I'm not winning, and the luck is all but run dry. When your lips aren't kissing in your hands, I've been missing. Blow your love by. And all the saints and the sinners breaking bread with only the winners, and the angels and the demons are in the garden that is my head. Fear me not, I'm not lost. No, no. The place is getting, the air is getting thin. Let this witness in. My soul keeps on singing and my hands keep on praying, but the wick is burned down to the ground. When your tongue stops its wagging and your mind stops imagining, will flow, 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 flow your flags high, high, high. And all the saints and the sinners breaking bread with only the winners, and the angels and the demons are in the garden that is my head. Hear me not, I'm
You're
not
lagging there.
lost. No, no, my pace is getting, the air is getting thin. Let this witness in.
Okay.
That's how my brain felt that morning.
It's skipping, buffering.
Yep.
Good says to make a noise, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. He doesn't say it's gotta be a pretty one. Oh, 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 all the saints and the sinners breaking bread with only the winners, and the angels and the demons are in the garden that is my head. Fear me not, I'm not lost. Oh no, no, the pace is getting, the air is getting thin. Let this witness in. Oh, let this witness in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We usually
All right.
usually sounds a little more in time without the lag.
Yeah.
I promise it's in time.
Aw, thanks, Tony.
Yeah, great. And then Ruth came on.
Ruth.
Mommy.
Was
That's
Ruth
my
your mom?
mama.
Oh,
Ruth, is it Ruth Dane?
I don't
Let's say.
know.
It's like some other Ruth you called mom.
Ruth Dane, yes. So, yes.
Oh, okay.
That's my mom. There's a bunch of Ruths out there. She said that she got invited to be on a page of just Ruths, and it was like really weird. Like she was.
It was weird.
There's pages for just people that share the same name.
Good to know.
Why isn't my mom on here? She's in Greece.
She's
Different
busy
time
making
zone.
a moonshine to send you, the Greek
Oh, yeah.
moonshine. In the
Like all
bathtub.
good Greek mothers
Yeah,
do.
every time Vasilios comes back from Greece, he has a suitcase full of olives, pistachios, and Greek moonshine. And
I hope you just didn't out him Like now the the FDA is gonna like come like knock down his door.
I
Your
get
mom-
Heard you
swatted.
have olives.
That's how I
Your
get
mom-
swatted.
Awesomeness and
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Tony said I'm definitely
Thanks, Tony.
fan.
I'm glad we made another
We have
fan.
Johnny and Ashley. I think if I chop that, I'm sorry. I am not good with names.
Ashley.
Who's
Call
on
her
it?
Ashley.
Oh, Ashley's on here?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
sent them a like private message. Oh, my
Oh,
mom
cool.
said Uzo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the wine, right? It's the Greek wine.
Okay, so now that we've seen the video, I have questions.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Shoot.
Okay, so how was it playing in a church?
With the snake.
Awesome.
With the
I love
snake.
singing in church. Yeah. I grew up singing in church. People always like, where'd you learn to sing? And I say church. The first time I actually sang, I was 5 and I sang in front of like 150 people at my grandma's church. It was an Amy Grant song called My Father's Eyes, which my brother actually told me recently. He's like, you got to redo that with like a rock version. I was like, that'd actually probably be pretty cool. I don't think there's been a hard rock version of Amy Grant's My Father's Eyes. But yeah, I love it. It's very freeing, and I always felt like singing in church. It was just do whatever you want. My brother and I would like play around with harmonies and stuff when we got a little bored in church and we were singing the hymnals. We just just let go, just be free to sing.
Okay.
I gotta say it was very difficult to accomplish. By the way, I spoke to a lot of churches, and they just don't, for some reason, they don't want you to do a rock and roll music video in their church.
And it was very darkly. It was dark themed. So,
Yes.
but yeah, it was just
The
we
devil's.
just,
the devil's
yeah,
song.
we shopped it as like a
We
masquerade.
told them it
wedding.
was a masquerade wedding.
Yeah.
Which
is
is
true.
It was a
true.
masquerade
It was a
wedding.
masquerade
It's
wedding,
just
yeah.
implied,
Well, the
but-
church that allowed us, it was like a German Lutheran church, which is like
Okay.
I think as far as like churches go, it's pretty like rock German
That's
Lutheran.
true.
I grew up with my stepdad is Lutheran. That's actually what I
Yeah.
grew up with. I went to
Like everything was like there was like German like Latin
was-
writing or whatever around the doors.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy.
It was really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Fine. Vasily was founded. It was
Yeah.
either that one or one that was up by Central Park, but it worked out. This one was actually a little more in our budget. So, and
Right on.
And,
yeah.
and then the snake scene. We were actually supposed to go to Botanical Gardens to film the snake, the scene, the Garden of Eden scene, and they wanted like $700 just to film there, and
The
I'm like, that's
city,
kind of
I think
ridiculous.
the city wanted it for the permit or something.
Yeah,
right?
the city
Or
wanted
the
it for
permit was like
permit.
$25, but then the city
Yeah.
wanted it was in Long Island, the botanical garden in Long Island.
So,
But,
so then we decided. Well, my original plan was like, let's just do it anyway. Like, who's gonna know? We'll just show up there and do it anyway. But the problem was
With
we
the
were gonna have a snake and we were gonna have a drone flying around, like filming us.
Nobody
Yeah.
will notice us.
Yeah,
We're totally
gonna attract some
incognito.
attention. So we ended up finding this nearby park off of. I found it by just completely by accident. I was just driving and saw this nice park by the service road, and there was nobody there ever. Every time I visited, and I was like, "This is it." So we
Yeah,
just
and then I got a bunch of fake flowers off Amazon, and I like put them in the bushes and the trees, so it just looked like the botanical garden. From the camera angles, you can't even tell. It actually looked really, really good with the light and things. So,
I thought it looked
We
better
made
than
it
the botanical garden.
oh, thank you.
Yeah. We should sell tickets for that.
Come to our
Fake-
random
Fake
park.
flowers stuffed in the bushes.
Turned out great.
Yeah,
I
It
really
was
enjoyed
it was really cool to work with the snake. Apparently, I'm a natural. According to Uncle Tony, I'm a natural. But that's only because I'm a Serpentarius, which is that weird sign between Sagittarius and
It's the new
January that people don't know about. Yeah, that's me. So
You're
I'm
a
like,
secret
Very
sign? I've never heard of that.
yeah, apparently it's such a short period of time that what is it, the moon or whatever passes like through that or by those constellations of a snake that they mashed Scorpio and Sagittarius together to like half of that and half of that, and they just got rid of Serpentarius. But yeah, apparently I'm a Serpentarius, not a Sagittarius.
Alright.
I'm a
dig it.
snake lady. I'm a snake
I was
lady.
terrified. that
Tattoo
channel.
Baby. I think
you
it's
look
I should
terrified.
get a snake tattoo,
Oh, good. I
right?
played it off well.
Yeah,
What do you think,
Okay.
Tattoo Baby? I should get a snake tattoo, right?
you should definitely get a
Yeah,
snake tattoo.
definitely you should.
That
Hell
would be
yeah.
pretty.
Come up through the shoulder, through the back.
Just wrap around my arms.
Yeah, we
Right.
can do the wrap on your
You
arm.
should get it on the show.
Tony said, "Where are you guys based out of?"
New York.
New York.
New York.
Lou said, "Great video, guys."
Thanks, Lou.
Thanks.
Lou.
Thank you, Lou.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Oh, hi, Cecily.
Oh, that's my sister. My mom's saying
Oh,
hi to
okay.
my sister.
Tony said, "That's interesting." Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know how I would take a snake on. I mean, it's got to be pretty heavy too.
So,
I would
so
say to try and plan
Maria
had-
was very heavy.
I had the idea, and because part of it, I wanted to recreate, at least with the aerial drone shot during the solo, I wanted to recreate that November rain / guitar solo where they have that aerial shot. I was like, let's just take it to one step further and get a
Slash.
snake. I love
Slash.
But in my mind, it sounded like it'd be pretty easy, and then I went to do it. I'm like, this is really difficult.
He was so scared. He's like, the snake is gonna think that my fingers are little mice running up and down the neck. I'm like,
The last
How
thing
long
the
ago was this thing fed? Because I'm not trying to be dinner.
the last thing the snake trainer told me, he's like, whatever you do, don't make any fast, jerky, sporadic motions. I'm playing a guitar solo, the whole thing is just one fast, jerky motion.
What do you mean? It's what I do for a living.
Yeah,
But it worked out. We didn't die.
it did, and it looked super awesome. And
Pretty cool.
but how did that work? Like, how did the heck did you know the person that had the snake, or?
Just made some calls. He's just one of those guys that brings snakes to birthday parties, bar mitzvahs.
school. He does a lot of education.
You knew it, guy. That's all that was. You knew it, guy.
He's the guy that you probably see taking his snake for a walk around the block. He's like, I think he's that guy.
Yeah,
He was super cool, super, super nice. And I thought
That's
he was
awesome.
going to be like an old guy. His name was Uncle Tony, and he was like 21 years old. He looked like he was 21 and like a good looking young guy. I was like, Uncle
If you guys
Tony?
need snakes, it's Uncle Tony's reptile shack. Check it out.
all right.
It's, he's
In New York.
in Long Island. Yeah,
Long
in Long Island. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's awesome. And that's your newest single.
Mhm.
Do you guys go play a lot of live shows, or how do you?
We do. We have one coming up at Nostalgia in Long Island, which is it 90s?
Yeah, it's like a 90s themed bar. So
Okay.
Yeah,
people, I think we'll
it's
fit
fun.
right
And
in.
we're playing with another female fronted band that super kicks ass.
You guys
Resist the
mostly stay
temptation.
local to New York, or
Love
do you
them.
guys travel outside of New York?
We have been as far as Mexico, even.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We played on a yacht. It was great.
I think
Yeah.
most recently, though, is Denver. Right? We
Okay.
came back from
Yeah, we've been to Denver
Colorado.
twice now, I think, and Seattle 2 or 3 times. The 2 or 3 times for Seattle.
Three times Seattle.
Yeah, we actually, after Chris Cornell, the lead singer of Soundgarden, died, I wanted to do a tribute show to him with artists who were, but had their own original bands. So we put together a night called Carry On, and we went to Seattle and we played with a bunch of local Seattle bands, and we did originals and covers, because originals were all inspired by his songwriting style. So it was really, really great time meeting these other artists that were inspired by 90s grunge and
Yeah,
hard rock.
that's super
Yeah,
awesome.
they were great. We found some really great new artists.
It'd be great to do it again. We might start up again, because then COVID happened, and then we were doing it. We were planning on doing it like an annual thing, and then COVID happened, and we haven't done it for like 3 years. So maybe it might be time to start bringing it back again. Go out to Seattle.
Mhm.
If you guys ever find
Yeah.
your way down here, let us know, because I'd certainly like to come out and see a show.
Are you in Seattle, or
No.
where are you guys based out of? Oh, I think you're Chicago, right?
Yeah, pretty
Roughly.
much. Yeah.
That's close.
Chi-Town. All right.
Yeah, we definitely gotta hit Chicago. We had somebody message us, I think the other week, last week before last, from Chicago.
Really? Yeah, they get a lot of bands up there. I really probably should travel more, but
I'll drag her along.
she's
Come
a
see us
chauffeur.
in New York.
Tony said Uncle Tony the snake charmer. And he is in Oregon. So we have somebody from
Oh,
Oregon.
nice.
Oh, perfect. So you can see
Okay.
our-
Gotta go to Oregon.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Your song's great. Is there anything that you guys do before you go on stage? Anything like
Drink?
ritual-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot.
That one. Yeah.
Shots.
Certainly not any human sacrifices, regardless of what you've heard.
That's only why Cody's our like sixth drummer. We sacrifice.
The sacrificial drummer.
Hey, wait a minute. Sign up for that.
Dun, dun.
Only when they're not cutting it, it gets sacrificed.
Well,
It's like
I
that South
see.
Park where they sacrifice Britney Spears.
yeah.
Oh man, bring on the sacrifices, Tony said.
We've had a lot of bands do different things, whether it be a particular warm-up song that has absolutely nothing to do with their song style, or
Edge of Destiny.
sorry, Edge of Destiny, it's just so great.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different things that people do.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to see how
I
other
have a
bands.
pretty specific ritual. It usually just involves like 2 shots of whiskey and a beer, and I try not to drink more than that because it's a fine slope. Because that's when I start
understand.
getting sloppy. So I found that 2
Yeah.
shots and a beer are the ideal amount to just get loose enough to play, but not so loose that I forget what
You're
song
falling
I'm
off
playing.
the stage.
Yeah, I'm falling off the stage.
Missing the drum.
Yeah.
That seems all right. Seems I mean, everybody has their own thing, and maybe as time goes on too, you'll pick some stuff up. You never know.
Usually it's just running around and getting the merch table for me, getting the merch table set up and making sure everybody has, the list of people who paid online. We get that to the door guy,
All that
We're
good
always
stuff.
just running around like chickens with their heads cut off right before the show.
Yeah.
It's
I have the chickens in the drummer.
and responding to people asking me, where are you guys playing? Like 10 minutes before I go on stage.
After you've told them like twice before already.
Right. If people watch this later, or even right now, where can they find you? Where are you all at? Besides, also I have your link tree scrolling at the bottom. But
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'd say like everything is connected to our link tree. So any platforms that you're on, you can hop on the link tree and find us there. Right now, we're really hoping to build up our YouTube and Spotify. So it'd be great if you guys could check out our songs on YouTube and check out our songs on Spotify. That'd be a huge help. That's a good question.
Tony asked, was it hard to be in front of crowds the first time on stage? Any fears?
That's why Vasilios needs to have 2 drinks.
That's
Edge.
Takes that.
For me, it definitely was. Like right now, I've done it so much that it doesn't even faze me. But when I first started getting on stage, I actually couldn't even play guitar. I formed a band. I formed a band like the moment I picked up the guitar and joined this guitar class. I was like, oh, I should form a band. And then we just started doing shows, and none of us could even really play. And I just remember the first show was this high school talent show, and I just felt like a statue. I wasn't even looking up at the crowd. I just like couldn't move. And but then at one point, it was we were playing the song "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd. And then at one point, I do look up, and everybody had taken their phones out and they're waving them around. And I was like, that's really cool. That's kind of when I knew I wanted to do more of this.
Magical.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put your guys's.
So yeah, to answer your question, it's very scary the first time, but if you just keep doing it, then you just get used to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Trying to remember
when
the
would
first
you-
time I was on, like I used to do drumline in college, and so I was like in stadiums of people, but like I was out there with other people as well, so like I wasn't like I was up there. But like, yeah, when I started to play like small shows with bands and stuff like that, yeah, the nerves can get to you. As a drummer, I feel like it's a little easier to shake off because you can just release that energy while you play.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as like V was saying, I think as time goes on, you just kind of learn, you know, you get more comfortable with the space, and even like in new places now, you know, there's still, or like with new audiences and things like that, like there's still a little bit, at least for me, like there's still a little bit of excitement, but yeah, over time you just kind of yeah, get used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, the first time I started singing out when I was a little kid. So I was a brave little kid. I didn't care. So I've been doing it so long that I didn't really ever get nervous. And then in school I did theater. So I was always on stage. So but one time I hadn't gotten nervous in years and years and years, but then we played Irving Plaza and it was a sold out show, and the guys were already on stage and the lights were down, and then lights came up and we were announced, and I walked on stage and I completely blanked out on the first line of the song. I got so nervous. I was like, whoa. And I was a bit taken back by how many people there were there for a sold out
There's at
Irving
least
Plaza.
like 2,000 people, I'm pretty sure. Is
Yeah,
what
that's
the
the first
capacity
time I
of
had
that
gotten
place is.
nervous in years. So, but yeah, that was a little nerve wracking. But I mean, we got to get used to that, right? Because we're gonna be playing stadiums and shit. So
You could be like James Maynard from Tool. He just like,
yeah,
I think he
from
like
behind a
stares
screen,
at the back wall, like
just
of
stand
any
behind the
venue.
screen.
Yeah, well, if you ever see him, he's just like, and he like stares,
Yeah.
like, because he's like super anxious.
Or it could be like who is the artist that she wears who sings Sia? Does she just like wear like a veil over her face?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
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 I wanna swing from the
Just imagine everybody in their underwear. Isn't that the trick that they
naked.
say?
Supposed to be
Yeah,
the
just imagine everybody naked.
I don't know that I want to see everybody.
Uh,
I don't want to imagine that.
But then I'll really forget the lines.
Yeah.
I'll forget my lines.
be distracted.
Tony said you guys are great.
thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
It means a lot.
Tony, I put their Spotify in the comments. I also put my Spotify in the comments for you that are listening, because you can hear this interview later on, plus their new single before the interview. You'll also be able to hear the one that the video showed earlier. So there's that.
Yay.
And hopefully we'll be coming out with another single in a couple months here.
Yes.
The producer we worked with, he's actually going to be in Toronto in March. So we've been talking about potentially turning that into a little mini tour and going out to Toronto and recording with him again.
That
Dave
is
Schiffman.
Yeah, he's interested in working with us again, which is very exciting because he's worked with like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Adele and
System of
won
a
Grammys
Down,
and stuff.
Avenged
So when
Sevenfold.
somebody, it's very touching for someone to say, "I'd like to work with you guys again." We had a really good time with him. Like his person, even just his personality, just meshed with ours, and it was a lot of fun.
That's
hanging out.
awesome.
The
Your
thing I
mom
remember
said-
most. Oh,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the thing I remember most about when we did the recording for this was like, you know, we got all the tracks down. It was like after we first laid down all of the tracks and we were gonna start doing like punch-ins and stuff like that. I think I remember, Jess, you were sitting like next to Dave, and you're like, yeah, so do you want me to like do any parts over? He's like honestly, he's like, I think it's done. Like he was super impressed. He was like, I thought we were gonna have to do it over again. He's like, because a lot of times he's like, but you're a phenomenal singer. And he's like, if you're happy with it, I'm happy with it. Like, so Jess basically got her lines in one take. You bitch.
Yeah.
I was
But I think
the opposite. It took me
Yeah.
like I needed
I
like a
think
full
that's
day.
But that's from my theater background though. Like I felt like rehearsal, we had sang the songs so many times. But just with having a theater background, if you go on stage, it's right the first time because there's no editing when you're live. So, and we played the song out a lot, so I felt very prepared to also bring that live energy and I'm glad we waited to record it too. Like we played it out at several shows before we got into the studio, which I always like because then I felt like ready, I felt super comfortable with the song. I didn't have to like hold a paper and try to remember the words or something. They were just completely second nature. So I just got to really focus on the delivery. Thanks, Cody.
I think Jess is lagging. You're freezing a bit.
No.
Don't touch your computer.
Mom said, "Can't sing when you're laughing that hard."
Oh, when I was talking about everybody being naked.
Yeah.
Tony said, "I'm all about supporting new artists."
Yeah, Tony.
Support those new artists.
Dan said, "Great music video."
Oh,
Thanks, Dan.
And
Dan.
he said, "You all rock."
Thanks, man.
So
Yay, new fans.
Yeah, absolutely. You got some new follows. Their link for anybody that is following me, I tagged them in a post earlier, and they should be tagged in this one now. You should be able to go right on over to Honey Trap's page on Facebook and follow them, and then that should give you access to everything too, because their link tree is posted in their bio part.
Yep.
So there's that.
I thought about that.
Does anybody have questions before we get off or anything like that?
Do we have questions, or are you talking
No,
to the people watching?
Yeah, talking to
all the viewers.
I mean, do you guys have questions?
How is our beanie nice and soft, Tattoo Baby?
Yeah, actually, it's great.
Yeah, you wear it a lot.
Cool.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw you in other videos. You were doing like a funny dance video with the guy, and I was like, she's wearing our merch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I do. I wear it all the time. Actually, I think you're the first band that has sent me an actual hat instead of just shirt or something.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
We like to provide variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have thongs.
We do have
Oh, what do you
thongs.
call
It's actually the hottest selling item.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's stitched on there or whatever.
Yeah, it's embroidered.
Oh, it's stitched.
Embroidered.
Yes. Yeah, we got it embroidered.
And you said
At a place.
what else did you have in your merch thing?
Oh, we have thongs.
Hell
we have
yeah.
Honey Trap thongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our
And
best
booty
selling
shorts,
item.
but-
We always sell out of the thongs.
Vasilius is our number one thong salesman when he's by the merch table. He's like, you have to get this for your girlfriend, and the girls, he's like, this would look really good on you.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
And then I tell them that I picked out the material for the thongs because last time V got it, it was not very comfortable. I was like, I don't like this. Like
Exactly.
the size are too.
I was on a budget.
Polyester? What did you buy?
I was like, this is a much more comfortable stuff material and blah blah blah, like the make of it. But yeah, they sold out like hotcakes.
Yeah, I bet.
Even got guys coming up and saying they want to buy one, and then they have to tell me, "Oh, it's for my girlfriend." I'm like, "Dude, you don't have to explain it to me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Just buy the. I just want you to buy it. I don't care who it's for."
That's what Will is.
That's what your mom said.
It does. It has a little bee on it, and then underneath it says Honey Trap. So it's like
It's cute though. It fits.
a
It
little
fits well.
sexy. A little sexy.
Dan
Question from the
said,
gang.
"How did you get the snake?"
Which we kind of went over.
Yeah.
So I called around, and I found a guy that gave us a good price on a snake. His name is the company is called Uncle Tony's Reptile Shack. It's here in Long Island. And yeah, he was great. He came down, he brought a variety of snakes, and we ended up going with Maria. That was her name.
The biggest one.
The biggest one. We had to go with the biggest snake.
She was a beaut.
We didn't want to go
She's
with
so
no
great.
garden snake. We had to go
She
with
was
the boa constrictor.
So sweet. Yeah. And he was very helpful because there were certain shots that we were trying to get, like the part where I'm holding the apple that we wanted, a certain way and everything. And So he would help us reposition her. So she would, maybe start moving in a certain way, or especially with Vasilios when he's holding the guitar, that she was laying in a comfortable way over him so that she wasn't sliding off or something, so he could be comfortable to play the solo in that shot. So super helpful. Very, very nice.
Sorry.
Sorry, her fingers were texting in cursive.
Tony said thank you guys, and thank you Tattoo Baby.
Thank you, Tony.
Thanks,
And then
Tony.
I tried to say thanks for watching, but I said some really weird stuff. So
I tried to catch
Thanks
it.
for watching.
Dan said good
Thanks,
show,
Dan.
everybody.
Thanks, Dan.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, for those that are watching, definitely follow both pages. I do interview a lot of different bands, and I'm definitely huge on the supporting part, especially when it comes to independent artists. It's important, which will lead me to my last question. What do you guys think of the music industry today?
It's all about social media.
Yeah, definitely all about social. It's
There's no producers or record execs hanging out in the local rock club looking for the next acts. It's all up to you to get the ball rolling, get a ton of followers before you ever talk to anybody. We do all the work, and then they'll front us some cash maybe.
Yeah, I think we were talking with because we're using a company to kind of help get our name out there and stuff like that too. And he was even mentioning like there's a few promoters and producers who won't even touch you until you have like a certain amount of followers and a certain amount of content. He said like one of them requires like 6 months of content on your like Instagram or TikTok even before you even talk
before
to you.
announcing a release too.
Yeah.
You were saying before announcing a release, you gotta have.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think it's a blessing and a curse what we have now with technology, because technology has given so many opportunities to almost anybody to create music and really just promote themselves. But at the same time, because it's so easy, it's also created a lot more competition.
Yes.
So you kind of it's really a balancing act there. You just gotta be releasing really good material and really engaging with all your fans.
Just a lot
really stick out.
A lot for somebody to find you as well. Like I said before, they would maybe go down to the club and see which bands were playing. But now there's so much content on social media for people for these guys to look through and find us.
They're on their phone and look for anything.
That's what I do. That's how I find all the bands.
Yeah. Anybody with a smartphone can now just make a music video and then just post it on social media, which is why we spent a lot of time making a good quality one ourselves, so we can really break through the noise. And hopefully you guys liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We enjoyed you guys coming on, and especially since I just messaged you, you were pretty quick to get back, which is super nice. And I think I found you guys through TikTok.
Yes,
so if you
did.
don't know, definitely go follow them on TikTok, because they rock on TikTok too. We enjoyed you guys coming on, and
thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks.
This
It was awesome. Love being here.
Make sure that everyone goes and checks out the new video on YouTube. Huh? The robot. Go check out the new YouTube video, Saints and Sinners, Honey Trap on Facebook, not the one from Australia.
Or England. Apparently there's one in England too.
Oh God. All right, well.
Honey Traps all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janine said, good interview. The video was excellent. Yes, it is.
Thanks, Janine.
Yeah, definitely let us know if you're anywhere in Central Illinois, because we would love to come see a show.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks, lady.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Touring in 2024. We're planning on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
See you out there.
All right, you guys. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.